Good afternoon. Our project is Game Night, the site where planning game nights has never been easier. Our team is a diverse group of military veterans, active duty service members, and military spouses. But the one thing we all have in common is that we all enjoy playing games. First off, Danielle will tell us a bit more about the site.
Thanks, Greg. So what is the problem we're trying to solve with Game Night? We are 6 board game enthusiasts, and with life getting in the way, planning a night with your friends and family can become a nightmare. Currently, there's a lack of game-focused event planning applications. Game Night welcomes all board games, card games, dice, and custom games. Busy schedules make it difficult to plan with multiple people. For that, Game Night simplifies the interaction between different groups and events. Ability to play games is often restricted based on friends and family availability. Our site allows you to create private or public events to plan with your group of friends or join events in your area. Communication within groups and events can get very complicated. With Game Night, you can use the calendar and chat room to organize and effectively communicate. Now, Alicia is going to show you a demo of our project.
Hey all, I am a user named Rachel, and I'm going to tell you about how much I love this site. This site is almost like it was perfectly made for me because although I'm married, my spouse does not like games. And even though I have kids, they're both under the age of 5, so I don't get to play the kind of games that I would like to play. So I'm so glad that I have Game Night to help me schedule the perfect game night. So you guys should all sign up here. However, I already have an account. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. All right. And I can already see that I have an update in my groups over here. So these are some different chat rooms that I have. Let's see. It looks like Audrey got back to me. So this is my cul-de-sac group. So we love playing games together. Yeah, awesome. Let's see. Are you free this weekend for some games? All right. And you know what? We don't have everybody. Let's see. We've got George, myself, and Audrey, but we're missing some of the cul-de-sac members. So let me go ahead and invite Kate, and she can invite her husband as well. Okay, so let's go back. Yes. Oh, look, George is also free on Saturday. Sweet. Should we make it public to meet more people? Let's see, because, you know, this site you can do private with just your friends, or we can make it public. So let's see what Audrey and George want to do. Yeah, that sounds great. Awesome. Great. I'll make it and send it your way. All right, so while I'm on this page, let me go ahead and respond to some of these. Frank's friends and the dudes. Oh my gosh, the dudes. George has got to have sent me this one, I bet. Let's check. Yep, I knew it was George. So that's just the kind of guy he is. Okay, let me say hey. So crazy. And I love it. All right, so I'm going to respond to those later. Let's go ahead and make that event that I told them. So let's see. We're going to call this the best game night ever. And I really want to play some board games. So we're going to play Splendor because I love that game. And let's see. I think I want to play some Risk too. So I said that we'd make it public. Audrey and George are on board with that, but I know I'm hosting it, so I really only want to limit it to about 8 people. And I do want to curate a chat room because even though Audrey and George, they live in my cul-de-sac, we want to make sure that we have a place to communicate with all the other people that we don't know yet. So let's see, that's this weekend, Saturday. So I know that Kaylee has kids, so she probably can't do it till after 5 sometime. But honestly, my kids don't go to bed till after 7. So I'm going to set this for 8 o'clock. And if I'm being honest, I am probably not going to make it past 11:30. So We're gonna go ahead and put 11:30 on here. Let everybody know they have got to be out by midnight. All right. Let's play some games. And since this is public, I'll give a little bit more information. Located in McLean. Great group of people. Bring more games if you wish. All right, and this is going to be at my house, 1234 Victory Lane. And again, that's in McLean, Virginia. And my zip code 20175. And we'll go ahead and create that. All right. So let me go to our chat room for the event and just update Audrey and George, who I'm about to invite. So let me go ahead and invite them to that event so they can start messaging me back. So we'll go ahead and invite them, and I'm going to invite Audrey here. Oh, you know what? Speaking of Audrey, I know if I don't put something on here about snacks, she is going to be like, what the heck? Where's the snacks? So snacks will be provided. I almost want to say Audrey in here, but I won't do that to her. Snacks will be provided, but bring your own beverage. All right, so let's go ahead and update that and invite Audrey for that. Her email again is audreywing@forum.us, and we'll send that invite over to her. And let's go back to my events here. Let's see if I have enough events. I've got Saturday. I've got something the following Sunday. Let's see. I've got some events over. Ooh, Catan. Love that game. If this is the game I'm thinking of with sheep and everything. Let's see. Let's check it out. Ooh, it's Audrey, so it probably is that game. Let's click on here and check. Ooh, I think it is. Trade, build, settle. Let's just double check. I know that the site has some pictures. Let's see. Ooh, it is. I love this game. Audrey, be prepared to lose. I am definitely there. Join. Let's see. All right. So let me go to my chat room and say, Audrey, you are going down. I will get all of the, actually, I like rock. I will get all of the rock. That's part of that game. So sweet. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back to my events here. And I know that my family's going to be out of town next Saturday. So I know I've got a couple of events here, but I'm not really feeling like playing chess again on Saturday. So let's see. I'm free all day. Let's see if what's going on that weekend. Oh, we got a lot of games here, so I want to make sure. I just want to be in my own state. Certainly not flying to Tennessee to play Catan, even though I like it a lot. So Virginia. Oh, there's a lot, even in my area. Perfect. Okay, let's see. Let's filter the date because I want to see. Oh, the 10th. Okay. Monopoly, Risk, or poker. Let's see. Well, I don't want to play. I don't really want to play poker. I already have a poker game. I'm thinking Risk. That looks awesome. Okay, so it's at 7:30 to 10:30. That works well for me. I'm going to go ahead and join that one. And let me just go over here and just say, so excited to play Risk. All right. And has Audrey gotten back to me yet? Oh, I need to let her know. Hey guys, invites should be on their way. Oh man, I always make that mistake. I spelled that wrong. Let's change that. On their way. Send. Okay. And we'll go ahead and do a thumbs up. Send. And let's check out my events. All right, I'm thinking I'm looking good. How am I looking for October? Wow, slim pickings for October. But you know what? I have to get going here soon. So let me just confirm. I thought that I had my old email here. Yeah, I do. So let me actually just change that real quick. It's now Rachel L to include my middle initial, rachel.l@gmail.com. We'll edit that and Rachel L, there it goes. And that is game night. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Kaylee to talk about the planning that we did for setting up this site.
Thanks, Alicia. For planning, our group took an agile approach and set up 2 one-week sprints. We used Slack, Jira, and Confluence to manage our communication, workload, and planning. Our team would meet daily for a morning stand-up and an end-of-day retrospective to stay on track. At the start of our project, we got together and recorded our ideas via Confluence. Confluence helped us better visualize the functionality behind game night. We were able to plan out our APIs, models, user stories, minimal viable product requirements, and stretch goals with ease. After getting our rough draft of the project figured out, we created a backlog of ticket items via Jira. At the beginning of the sprint, we would go through our backlog ticket items and assign the prominent ones to our sprint. Each ticket included an acceptance criteria and was assigned to a team member. As we progressed through the sprint, each team member would update their ticket status to show as in progress, awaiting code review, or merged. This was very helpful to keep track of the progress of our sprint. We used Jira's built-in create commit and create branch features to easily connect GitHub to our tickets and make for easy pull requests. Now on to Craig to talk about the technologies used to create game night.
Thanks, Kaylee. Our backend infrastructure utilizes the Python-based Django framework. This provides most of the data processing logic and persistent storage for the site and also manages calls to external data sources. For game night, these include Board Game Atlas for detailed game information, Stream for interplayer chat, and Full Calendar for our calendar components. Django also provides an abstraction layer to our PostgreSQL database. On our front end or client side, components are centered on the React JavaScript library, enhanced with components from Prime React and Bootstrap. These provide additional logic processing, client-side page rendering, and manage all user interaction. Our development code base was managed through GitHub, and our production site is hosted on Amazon Web Services. Next, Michael will outline some of the challenges we faced developing our site.
Thank you, Craig. Some of the challenges that we encountered while working on this project were that since we only had 2 weeks, we had to ensure that we had a clear understanding of what features we wanted to include in our MVP. We also had issues as our code base got bigger. We found that managing our states got a lot harder, and we also ran into some issues with RAM limitations that we had to learn to navigate. This is also the very first time that many of us have ever worked on a big group project like this, so learning and navigating Git as a team was a challenge at first, but proved to be a great learning experience for all of us as we were able to work together with minimal conflicts. Another challenge we faced was that the way we had our database schema set up, it made it hard to alter the models without having to rewrite new fixtures and make sure that everybody in the group had their databases updated. And lastly, the Stream Chat API ended up being a lot more challenging to implement than we anticipated. The API has a lot of capabilities, and to get it working with all the functionality that we wanted, there was a lot of moving parts behind the scenes where if one of those things wasn't working just right, the whole thing broke. Thankfully, we overcame that and got it up and running. And now I'll pass it to Megan to talk about our stretch goals.
Thanks, Michael. We had several stretch goals, many of which we decided to cut from our MVP due to time limitations, since again, we only had around 2 weeks to complete this project. We initially planned to integrate Google Maps to show event locations, but rolled out that feature to focus on core functions first. Adding recurring events and calendar reminders were not available on the version of the full calendar API we used. As Michael mentioned, state management became challenging as our project grew, and while using a state manager would have been extremely helpful, learning something like Redux would have taken more time than we had allocated for our planning and research stage. We're currently developing unit tests for the project, but our initial plan to use test-driven development was not feasible. During initial development, we used basic console outputs to identify and address errors, but we plan to transition to using more advanced logging as we continue to build on our technical foundations. That brings us to the end of our demo. Thanks for watching. Let's play.